Okay, so today I'm going to be freeze drying some ground beef taco meat and also pork carnitas. These are delicious for freeze drying and reconstituting for quick meals. They're great eaten dry as well. I love snacking on these dry also. So let me show you the carnitas. This is what it looks like when it comes out of the freeze dryer. It's crispy and flaky and super delicious. Very, very good. I mean, I would take this on the road just to snack in the car, or if you're out hiking and you're a person that needs protein, this is perfect. It's really, really good, just like this. And this is what it looks like reconstituted. I didn't do a whole lot, but again, tastes really good. Very flavorful. Now this is the ground beef taco. It's also very flaky, crispy. I put lots of seasoning in this. I put garlic and shallots. I use the, so good, Lawry's taco seasoning. Whatever the recipe calls for, I add a little bit extra. And then I also add cumin to it. Paprika, I pretty much cook everything with paprika. And I'll add more garlic powder and garlic salt. So just cook it to your taste. I always like to make both of these with a little extra flavor, especially the beef tacos, because we like to eat our beef tacos with sour cream and some other fixings and cheese. And so sour cream and cheese tends to kind of take away or mute the level of salt you have, and so your food may not taste as savory. So you just want to adjust for that for however you dress up your taco. But we like to make ours with a little bit more punch, a little bit more flavor. And then with it reconstituted here, super yummy. I mean, it tastes like I just cooked it. And this one I probably made a couple months ago. It's really good. They say these should last for years. You just want to make sure that I didn't put oxygen absorbers in these because these are kind of, we keep around for like quick meals or snacks. But if I was going to store this for a few years or more, I would definitely put oxygen absorbers in. Even the ones that we keep for short term, we make sure that we pull all of the air out of it and get it airtight. Make sure you at least do the sealing. And then of course for the long term ones, make sure you put your oxygen absorbers in, pull out all of the air. I actually stick these. I found some little small brown paper bags that fit this nicely. I just cut the top off a little bit because it's a little bit too high on the jar, just to keep it in the dark until I get a better storage situation set up for the long-term storage. For the carnitas, what I do is I use pork butt or pork shoulder. Pork shoulder is what I prefer. I get the strips from Costco, cut them into 2-inch cubes, season them up real good with garlic, salt, cumin, paprika, chili. Let it sit for at least 15 minutes, and then you throw it into a pot. I'll pour in ground up or blended pineapples and lots of pineapple juice, orange juice. I squeeze a ton of lime over it, and also orange juice with pulp, and I cook it all down really good, get all the flavor into the carnitas. And then what I did after that was I put it into a baking dish like so, and I pop it into the oven to bake to get that browning. You can also fry it. If I have the time, I will fry it in a pan. I don't really fry it per se because I don't use oils. I just brown it in a pan. And then there's a lot of leftover juices after I make carnitas. And this is kind of something new I've been doing is I make a delicious tortilla soup. So I basically, I add a little bit, depending if if there's not enough juice left and I want to make more volume, I can add water to it and then add some chicken stock and more seasoning. But for the most part, I don't really need to add anything. But I'll show you guys the consistency of this. It's really rich and delicious. So I put in because this is kind of a lot. I don't know how much this is, but this pot's pretty big, and I'm gonna pack this up and put it in the fridge for or the freezer for quick meals. But I put 2 cans of black beans in here and a can of red beans, and then a bag of frozen corn. If you don't have frozen corn on hand, you can use canned corn, but I find that the frozen corn tastes better, it's sweeter, the flavors are better preserved. The corn in a can, to me, tends to taste a little bit watered down, or it seems to lack that nice crisp and crunch and the flavor that frozen corn has. And then I leave some of the carnitas meat in here, and you're going to have a lot of broken up carnitas meat in here anyway, which is why I don't like to throw away this juice, because while you're cooking this down, you're going to lose a lot of the meat that falls off of, that just falls off of the chunks, and you really don't want to throw it out because this makes a perfectly good meal. And let me tell you, it is delicious. I'll pack this up for my sister and my husband, and I'll cut some soft tortillas into strips, and I'll sprinkle it on top with some freshly cut white onions or yellow onions or red onions, whatever you have on hand, some cut up cilantro, and I'll send some sour cream with it, and it makes for an amazing quick lunch. Very filling and very tasty. So nothing goes to waste. Before I started doing that, I felt really bad about dumping all of the juice from making carnitas, but now that I have started doing this tortilla soup, it's just been amazing, and it just, all the effort that I put into making carnitas is just goes a little bit further. But anyway, I'm gonna finish packing up the rest of loading up the rest of these trays so I can get the freeze dryer loaded up, and hope this was helpful to you guys. I think you should give it a try. You'll really love it. Thanks for watching. Make it a beautiful day. Thank you. Bye-bye.